Happy 'Tis the Spookathon, everybody! So if you watched my last vlog, which kudos to you if you did, because it was probably a hot mess. I know it took me forever, forever and a day to edit, which was not fun. But this is the start of a new vlog, and you guys should all know that 'Tis the Seasonathon begins today, hosted by a whole bunch of people. Chelsea Darling Reads, Kristen from Super Space Jam, and a bunch of other people. If I remember, I'll leave links down below. If you watch my previous vlog, you'll know that I'm not a big Christmas person. I feel like I'm in the minority here, but it's just I work in retail, and honest to goodness, the holidays in retail have ruined Christmas for me, because I just see the pettiness and the horrible things that come out of people during the holiday season, and I'm just, by the time Christmas actually comes around, I'm over it. I'm jaded. Sue me. It's one of those things that, you know, whatever. I mean, it's not like I despise, it's not like a bah humbug Scrooge sort of thing. I'm just kind of like, it's like a meh holiday anymore, because it's just so commercialized and so materialistic anymore that it's like, it's so because I am not a big Christmas spirit holly jolly person, and Halloween is like one of my favorite holidays, also because I failed this year's Spookathon utterly. I filmed my TBR video, never posted it. I was in the like tail end of a reading slump at the time, so I didn't read anything for Spookathon. I'm gonna make up for that this week, because this week I'm going to do Spookathon during 'Tis the Seasonathon. Hence, 'Tis the Spookathon. Will this be a yearly thing? I don't know. Whatever. Spookathon is usually run in October by Books and Lala, along with usually some other co-host. But there are prompts to go with it. There are challenges to read books under. I consider doing this a little bit of a roundabout way by taking the 'Tis the Seasonathon prompts and fitting like Spookathon sort of books in those prompts. But I decided no, because I had books picked out for Spookathon already that I didn't read, and I really needed to go back and actually do those challenges. So we're gonna do the Spookathon challenges, which are, number 1 is to read a thriller, which I'm going to pick The Night Sister by Jennifer McMahon. This book has been on my shelves forever. Like when I first found Bookstagram, I went on like a buying spree. So I'm pretty sure this book has been on my shelf since late 2016. I say every Halloween I'm gonna read it, and I never do. And this Halloween I was definitely gung-ho for reading for Spookathon, and I never did. And now I'm like, this is ridiculous. I need to read this book. This needs to end. So Night Sister takes place at an abandoned hotel or motel from the 50s. There was some accident that happened there. People were killed. I don't remember. I used to know a lot about what this book was about because I would constantly read the synopsis, and now I totally forget. Prompt number 2 is a book with red on the cover. So for this one, I'm going to read Kendare Blake's Anna Dressed in Blood, which I got recommended from Super Space Chick. For a while, she was talking about this a lot on her channel. Anna Dressed in Blood gives me serious supernatural vibes, because it's about this kid named Cass, of all things. His name is Cass. His family are like ghost hunters, ghost killers. I think his father dies, and he like takes up the mantle when his mom's like a witch or something. So they enter this new town that has a legend of a girl named, they call Anna Dressed in Blood. So Anna was murdered in like the 50s or something like that, and they go to this old Victorian house where she's supposed to haunt to kill her. I mean, she's already dead, so to vanquish her, I guess. And when Cass comes face to face with her, she ends up sparing his life. And he's intrigued by this and wants to discover what really happened to her, and, you know, learns the whole reason behind her killings and everything like that. And it just sounds really good. This is actually a YA, which I find interesting, but I've heard there's some really like creepy scenes in it, but that's fine. I'm really eager to read. I know I think there's a sequel to this as well, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy this one, and really I want to read the sequel, so it's gonna be a great week. So number 3 is read a book with a spooky word in the title, so I'm gonna go with blood for this one, because blood is a spooky word in this context. Number 4 is the book with a spooky setting. Now this could go for either one of these. This is set in an abandoned old motel, and this one is set at like an old Victorian mansion, which you know is like the set of every horror movie. I mean, look at the Winchester Mystery House, and look at all the places that all the ghost hunting shows go to are old Victorian houses. So either one of these would fit that. Then number 5 is something you wouldn't normally read. Now this one, I had a third book in mind to read for that, and that was going to be Stephen King's Dark Tower, or Stephen King's The Gunslinger, which is the first book of the Dark Tower series. I don't read Stephen King. I tried. I was originally going to read Salem's Lot for this, but it's long, and I tried to read it once before, and I didn't DNF it. What happened was I stopped reading it, and somehow it got stuck in like an unhaul, like a donation box where I unhauled I donated a bunch of books to the Salvation Army, and I didn't realize it was gone until I went to pick it up, and I'm like, where did this book go? So I bought myself a new copy with the intention of reading it for Spookathon, but at the moment I'm not really in the mood for it, and I don't know if I'm really in the mood for reading The Gunslinger either. So this is like a maybe in the maybe pile. If I finish these 2 books and I want to read something else, then we'll try to pick this one up. But either way, I don't really read thrillers, so I mean, if you would consider this a thriller, and this is like a creepy book, so either way I don't really read books like this a lot of the time, so these would also both kind of fit that category. But yeah, so that's my intro into Tis the Spookathon. So hopefully this vlog goes better than the last one, and it's not as full of nonsense. We'll see. Also, another update, and if you're coming from the previous vlog, I'm still in the middle of Ninth House. I haven't read any more since, well, at the time of filming this, which is December 2nd, I have not read any further of Ninth House. But I do plan to today, because it's shitty weather, it's snowing outside, it's cold. So I'm going to try to do a lot of reading. I also have a writing thing I have to, not have to do, but I have a writing thing that I'm taking part in for the month of December. So lots of things going on. Lots of things going on this week, this month. It is 3 o'clock, about 3 o'clock on Tuesday. This is the second day of Tis the Spookathon. I haven't really done a whole lot today. I did film 2 booktube videos, and I've done some writing stuff, but reading wise I read another chapter of Ninth House, but yesterday I did read like 60 pages of The Night Sister, and it's not like I'm not totally bored of it yet, but I'm not like completely enthralled and need to know what happens yet either. It's just kind of meh, like I'm just reading it at this point. But it does go back and forth between present day and like like 1955, and then you see 1980. Like it goes back in history for the different time periods of the people that have lived at and experienced this motel. So our main character is Piper. So we have Piper, her sister Margot, and then their best friend Amy. And Amy's family is the ones that have owned this motel through several generations. So we get to 1955. We see her when her mom and her aunt were children living at the motel. At some point, her aunt disappears, and that's part of like the whole mystery surrounding this motel. And then we see flashbacks of when Piper and Margot and Amy were kids playing at the motel, and by that point it was like 1989, I think I forget how old they were, but by that point in time it was shut down and pretty much closed off, and there is this mystery surrounding it that this motel has 28 rooms, but supposedly there's like a hidden mysterious 29th room, and everyone thinks it's legend and myth, and no one really believes it's the case. But then in present day, Amy, something happens We don't know what happened, what she saw, what's going on, but she is driven to murder her family and then kill herself. At least that's what we're currently led to believe, that she is a murder-suicide. The only person that survived was her daughter, Lou, I think her daughter's name is, and she's like really young girl. So Amy ended up killing her husband, her son, and herself. And then before she did it, she has an old photo of her when her mom and aunt were younger. And on the photo, she wrote 29 rooms. And this is the clue she leaves for the police, who Margot's husband is one of the police officers. I'm wondering if it's a significant plot point that he was obsessed with Amy when they were little, when they were all younger. He marries Margot, but has been in love with Amy for years, like since they were kids. And I'm wondering if that's an important plot point, because otherwise, and he's a policeman, so I feel like that's something important that needs to be remembered. We'll see though. It might just be an insignificant point. But like, why make a big thing out of it? They keep mentioning it, so I don't know. I'm really bad with figuring out thrillers. I usually don't take the time to consider what the possibilities are of the outcomes, you know? So it's not bad. It's interesting enough that I don't feel like DNFing it anytime soon. But see. So I think I also discovered that there is also a magical readathon going on the month of December. It's for the entire month. There's a new prompt like every week. I will also link that down below if you guys want to check it out if you're not aware of it already. The first prompt, there's a prompt that's going to be released every Sunday, I believe, each Sunday for the month. So the first prompt has already been released. And it's kind of a choose your own adventure sort of thing. And at the end, you'll have a bunch of, they'll explain it in the video, but there's a bunch of things. And then you get like a reading prompt at the end of it to pick for that week. And the prompt that I got was read a contemporary, which is fantastic because y'all know I want to read Twisted Palace like there's like no one's business. So that one has just been added to my TBR for the week. So in addition to Tis the Spookathon, we've got The Night Sister, we've got Ninth House, we've got Anna Dressed in Blood, and now we're adding Twisted Palace to the list, which was kind of already on the list anyway, but now it is officially on the list. So we'll see if I can read 4 books in the week. I very much doubt it, but we're gonna give it a try. Ninth House, and I mean, Twisted Palace is kind of like, I don't know. I'm about halfway through Ninth House at this point. We'll see which ones I get done. I'm actually even curious to see myself what kind of route my reading mood takes me. So I'm already forgetting to vlog, although I don't think I don't remember if I vlogged yesterday. I think I vlogged in the morning yesterday, and I didn't give you guys like a end of the day vlog or end of the day update. So I'm gonna give you one from yesterday. I read a whole load of Ninth House. It's getting really good now. Like I'm to the point where I'm not falling asleep anymore as I'm reading it. So I'm pretty sure it was just the first like 100 and some pages of this book were just really slow and I kept falling asleep. If you watch my previous vlog, I had this whole discussion of I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's the book. I'm thinking it was the book because now that I'm like in the heart of it, like I'm flying through it. It's like, it got really good. So right now I'm on page 338. So I have about a little, like 120 pages left, which I'm probably going to finish tonight, most likely, because it's, like I said, it's getting really good now. And it's like everything I wanted out of this book. And I'm really liking the bridegroom. I think he's entertaining. Like he doesn't have a whole, like the scenes he's in are like, I find myself grinning just at his like reactions to things, and I find it so entertaining. So I find him really fascinating. And I'm really enjoying this. I'm happy because I see a lot of people did not like this book. They DNF'd it. They couldn't get through it. They said it was really boring. I agree. The first 100 pages are really slow and like, yeah, like I said, I kept falling asleep, but I'm glad I stuck with it because it's getting to be really good, and I'm definitely gonna give this, I can't wait. That's all I have for reading wise, but I do have some Oh, I do have some packages that got in the mail. So I think it was my last vlog. I said I did some shopping. I went on like a shopping spree. So I'm gonna do like my books, I think, in a separate video, like a book haul in a separate video. But these are, I got some things from the BuzzFeed shop. So I got a couple t-shirts. Hopefully I'm really bad with sizing. Like, I can be a medium or I can be a large, depending on how it fits. So I got, ooh, this is actually really soft and really big. I probably could have done a medium for this. It would have been fine. But I got largest. I got BuzzFeed Unsolved because I love watching Shane and Ryan. I think they are hilarious and amazing, and I love watching all of their content. I binged it back in the spring when I first discovered BuzzFeed Unsolved. I put all of their videos in my queue and just watched them binge the whole thing. Which means this one is my Kelsey and Peachy K t-shirt. So if you guys don't know, Kelsey also works at BuzzFeed. She has her own channel, which I will link in the description if you guys want to check her out. But she works mostly in BuzzFeed's multiplayer, and she does the 100 Baby Challenge, which is a big hit. So I got a t-shirt, Dangerous at Any Speed. And I love it. Again, I could have definitely gone with a medium because this is huge. It says large, but it looks like it would be like an extra large, like in a normal. So yeah, I definitely could have done a medium. But I'm still going to be wearing these because this one's actually really soft. The BuzzFeed one is really, the Unsolved one is really soft, but I like that. So yay, I'm really happy for this. This is like Christmas presents to myself. Hey guys, so I just got out of the shower and I figured while I have this moment right now, I would give you a reading update. It's been a couple days since my last update. I honestly don't remember the last time, what day it was that I last updated, but it is currently Saturday. I think Wednesday was the last day I updated, I'm not sure. But it's currently Saturday, it's about 3:30. Since my last update, I think, I finished 9th House, and I'm so glad I stuck with it and finished it because I think I'm gonna end up giving it 4 stars. I really loved like the middle and the ending. It was the first like 130 pages that were just slow for me. And I think I was looking at some reviews on Goodreads, and a lot of people also DNF'd it around that same page mark because they said it was slow and not what they were expecting it to be. But I have to say, stick with it because it gets pretty good, at least in my opinion, for whatever that's worth. I really did enjoy this. It sets it up really well for the second book, which I cannot wait for. I can't believe I have to wait a whole year for it. I don't even think there's a date, but assuming since this came out in November, I'm assuming the next one will come out around the same time next year. The magical system was really interesting. Each of the houses had their own type of magic that they used. So there was like, a lot of them used like, there was necromancy, and then there was just like, I don't even remember off the top of my head which house did what, but they all had their different like specific types of magic per the house for each house. It reminded me of Harry Potter a little bit, especially the library was really cool. It sounded like something that would be from Harry Potter, because their library in Lethe, like they had this like log book, and you would write kind of what you were like trying to research, and then you would close the book and the library would pick the books for you that they had that would pertain to whatever you're looking for. It was just really cool. So I also really enjoyed the character of the bridegroom. He was like a really interesting secondary character, and I think Leigh Bardugo does secondary characters really well. And he wasn't even like, I mean, he had a fairly significant part, like more so toward like the middle-ish end area. But it was just like his reaction to things when he happened to be around was just pretty, it just had me like grinning to myself. Yeah, he was a really interesting character, and there's a mystery surrounding him. So this is kind of like a dual, there's kind of like a little bit of a double mystery thing going on, and it all wraps up in the end, and it wraps up really, it's really interesting in my opinion. really interesting. Yes, I am so glad I stuck with this. So I don't even know what else to say about it. I had, as I was reading it and I was finishing it, I had like thoughts, cohesive thoughts in my head to talk about it, but because I finished it so late that night, I didn't want to film like right then and there because I was about to go to bed. But definitely worth. I'm really excited. Like I said, the first 100 pages, I was kind of starting to get disappointed, but it did live up to my expectations, and I'm really glad I stuck with it. I read a little bit more of The Night Sister. Not much. I'm only on page 75. So it's another one that it's starting out slow. I mean, it's getting better, but it keeps jumping points of view and jumping time periods, which, I mean, it's nice that you get a well-rounded look at what's happening and like the history of what is happening at this motel. I mean, it's interesting. It's enough that I'm probably going to continue reading it. I don't know if I'm going to finish it this weekend though. We'll see, because it's already the end of Saturday and I have to work tomorrow. So, and tomorrow ends my Tis the Spookathon. So I don't know if I'll be able to finish 2 books in 2 days. I mean, I know a lot of people can do it. I'm not one of those people that can read really quickly like that. Because this one was getting a little bit slow and I needed a change of pace, I started Anna Dressed in Blood. And because this is YA and I feel like it'd be a little bit of a quicker read for me. So I'm about 40 pages into that one and it's really interesting. It reminds me of Supernatural a lot. We haven't met the character of Anna yet. We have heard of her, the lore surrounding her. But Cass and his mom just moved to the town where Anna is. Then I realized that the text of this book is actually red. It took me a minute to figure it out because like my lighting in my room is really bad, like my lamp lighting. And I was looking at it, I'm like, it doesn't look, why does it look funny? And it's actually red text, which is interesting. This is what I'm going to try to do a big chunk of today, I think, while I still have time. And hopefully I'll finish at least this one this weekend. If I'm really, really lucky and ambitious and get on a roll, I hope to finish both of these and have a very successful Tis the Spookathon. But we'll see how things go. In addition to that, I think I mentioned in my previous clip that there's also a magical readathon going on this month. And my prompt was contemporary. So the book I was going to read, it was Twisted Palace. Haven't picked it up yet, which is probably surprising to a lot of you since I've been raving about it, about Broken Prince, the last couple of videos I've done. But I do hope to pick that up definitely after I finish these 2 books, because I think after Tis the Spookathon, I think that's the end of my like readathons that I want to do in December, unless I happen to come across another one. But aside from Magical Readathon, which is 1 prompt a week, that's pretty much it. I also recently subscribed to Kindle Unlimited. I've been seeing a lot of, like, I have Amazon Prime, and every time I go to look up a Prime book that I want to read, I notice it says free with Kindle Unlimited subscription, free with Kindle Unlimited. So I'm like, well, seriously? So I ended up looking into it, and they were actually having a promotion that you could either get 3 months for free or 6 months for 30 bucks, which was actually the better deal. And then it was only $9.99 per month after that, which is actually really good because you can have up to, I think you can download up to 10 books at a time, which I'm never going to have that many books sitting in my Kindle Unlimited. I'm probably going to download them as I read them as I download them. And mainly I want to do it for the romances, so because I'm getting a lot of recommendations from Jess from Peace Love Books and Riley Marie. I love watching their videos, and I get so many good like book recs from their videos, and I have like a whole list of them somewhere written down. And a lot of them are on Kindle Unlimited for free. So I'm definitely going to start, and I'm not an big ebook reader. You guys know that. I mentioned that several times before. But some of them, it also offers occasionally audio book with it. So, yes, I'm going to give Kindle Unlimited a go and see how we do with that. My battery's going to die. But, yeah, this vlog is going to be a lot shorter than the other one, I think, because I haven't been giving you daily updates because I haven't really been really reading a lot during the day. I'm doing a lot of working. Right now I'm on day 4 of a 9-day streak, 9-day work week. So that's a good time. So yeah, I'm going to go get reading. So we are at the end of my Tis the Spookathon, and I did manage to finish Anna Dressed in Blood just a few minutes ago, and I think I'm gonna end up giving this one probably like 3 stars, maybe 3.5. It wasn't as creepy as I thought it was gonna be. I think if I was younger, and I've been binging Supernatural for like the past few months, so like after watching that and then reading this, it wasn't like anything overly creepy or just, I mean, there were some weird things, but after you watch that show and then read this, it's like, meh. I have to say the things that happen between Anna and Cass toward the end are a little, I don't know. And like, I wasn't really overly attached to any of the characters. I did feel for Anna and her story and what happened to her, but like, I didn't have any kind of connection. I wasn't able to connect with Cass or Anna or like feel for any of them. If I was just kind of like meh. So I mean, I don't know. I do want to read Girl of Nightmares, which is the second one. Mostly just to see what happens, but like it's not something I'm gonna go right away and try to find online and order right away. I may never even get to it, I don't know. But I did, this was entertaining. It was quick, easy read. I feel like it was too quick almost, like everything happened a little bit too easily. I don't know, it is young adult, and I think it's an early like young adult, so like there isn't a lot of, yeah, 2011. I don't know, I feel like it would have been better if it was longer, if there was more development in it, but for what it was interesting. It was a little fun little ghost story. That's gonna end my Tis the Spookathon. I didn't get to finish The Night Sister. I didn't get to read any more of it, but I was able to finally finish Ninth House, which you know has been taking me forever to read. So this week I read Ninth House and then Anna Dressed in Blood, and I'd say that was a successful week considering I normally read 1 book a week, if that. But I am going to continue on with The Night Sister and probably end up doing that in a wrap-up at some point. That being said, we are in week 2 of the Magical Readathon, and I still haven't picked up my week 1 book. But my week 2 prompt, I ended up getting 2 of them, but I'm probably only going to end up doing 1 because I don't own. So the first prompt was to read a graphic novel, a manga or a comic, and I don't own any of those things. That's not going to be, but my other prompt was to read a book with orange on the cover or the word orange in the title. Now, I am currently in the middle of Priory of the Orange Tree. That one actually would fit this prompt, so I think I'm going to finish, well, I'm going to try to get through The Night Sister. I'm going to start Twisted Palace, which is my first book for, which is my prompt for last week, was to read a contemporary, and that fits as a contemporary. And then I'm going to continue reading Priory of the Orange Tree for my week 2 prompt. So for this whole week, those are the books I'm going to work with. My Spookathon vlog is done and over. I'm just giving you guys an overview of what the rest of the week looks like, because I don't know what my other vlog is going to be, or what other prompts I'm going to get for Magical Readathon. So that's the end of this vlog. This one was a lot shorter, I think. I'm not sure. I'll have to see when I edit it if it's a lot shorter. A lot more condensed than the other one. But yeah, that's it. Let me know if you guys participated in either Tis the Season-a-thon or just what you read this week in general. And I'll catch you guys in my next video.